Let's talk about Bernard. I have yet to watch this clip, but Bernard tweeted this or yesterday evening. And Bernard says, "Bring $2,000 checks up for a vote, Mitch. That's what democracy is about. That's what the American people want." And it's a little clip of him on a CNN interview.
Senators.
Let's watch. It's 3 minutes. We'll go. I wish you could do 1.5x on Twitter, but, whatever.
Sanders, thanks for joining us. As you know, the Senate Majority Leader is...
Also, Bernie Sanders, are you kidding me? You are a senator. You are a United States senator, one of the most powerful politicians in one of the most powerful countries in human history. And the fucking bit rate is choppy? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
Now combining the $2,000 stimulus checks with two of President Trump's other demands, a repeal of internet regulations and a voter fraud investigation, even though there wasn't any widespread...
I just want to say that this is misframing. This anchor has no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Either that or they were paid to lie. Section 230 is not an internet regulation. If anything, it is an internet deregulation. Because what Section 230 says is if I say like a death threat on Twitter, right? Twitter is not criminally or legally liable for what I post on their website. Section 230 says they are a platform and the person who posts the message on that platform is the one liable, not the platform itself. Now, obviously, copyright law interferes with that. We're talking about actual, slander, libel, death threats. We're talking about that kind of stuff. So it's not a regulation. I mean, I guess technically in the technical sense, right? But the idea that it's just a regulation and then you can remove the regulation and then it will be unregulated. It's really crappy framing. So let's watch.
Spread voter fraud in this presidential election we just had. What does that mean for millions of struggling Americans hoping for these bigger checks?
Well, look, Jim, there is a level of economic desperation in this country right now that we have not seen in our lifetimes. I mean, that's just the simple, painful truth. And that means that there are people by the millions who are worried about being evicted, thrown out onto the streets in the midst of this terrible, horrific pandemic.
I just want to say, again, messaging matters, right? Every little twitch of your ear, every little button on your jacket matters when it comes to being a public figure. So I just want to say, Bernie Sanders wearing a mask in almost all of his public appearances, and then also almost all of his Senate floor appearances, I think is an incredible display of solidarity. The idea that these CNN anchors aren't wearing masks, I think, is a little ridiculous. Now, again, if CNN, MSNBC, and let's just ignore Fox and the other ones, right? If every single anchor had a mask on at all times during these shows, even if they were alone in their closet, what it would do is it would signal to the American people that wearing masks is normal, this is normal, and that this is what you should be doing. So I just want to say that is not something that Bernie gets credit for, at all. And I think it's something very useful of, again, being a U.S. senator, having the bully pulpit of your office, you are able to just, have that subconscious kind of mask-wearing kind of, impetus go through, just your television appearances. So I just want to say that. And also, again, 40 seconds into this interview, and he's mentioning an eviction crisis, housing crisis, right? These are the two most important things, or the one most important thing, in my opinion, going on right now, is the eviction crisis, the housing crisis, people not having a place to live, people being evicted, people losing everything that they've got, their savings being wiped out, their home being foreclosed on, right? This is a giant issue, and I'm glad that Bernard is foregrounding that issue. So let's watch.
People don't have the money to go to a doctor, and we're seeing a record level of hunger in America now, where families are unable to feed their kids. That's the reality. Now, the House last night did the right thing. And what they did do is we fought hard to get a direct payment in the original bill, the $600 payment. That's not enough. We wanted more. And what the House did is they raised that to $2,000. What must happen now in the Senate, what I'm fighting for.
I'm just curious. And again, this is my job, right? This is not y'all's job. Does anyone know Is this bill going to give us an additional $2,000, or is it going to give us $1,400? Like, because let's say the stimulus check hits my account, I've already got $600, right? Are they going to give me an extra $2,000, or is it $1,400? I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just increasing, so I think it's $1,400 extra, and there would be two different payments, I think. But I haven't really read the text of all these bills. I know, right? This should be my job, but I'm just a fucking comedian. Hey, I'm just a jag-off comedian, right? So I don't need to research that stuff, but...
Is to make sure that that clean bill, the bill that was passed in the House, comes to the Senate. We voted up or down, and frankly, between...
Yo, I'm sorry. Just look at Bernie's ear. Like, isn't this the most adorable thing? Like, don't you just see this and you want to give this guy a hug? Except, like, you know, don't do it because there's a pandemic. But, like, seriously.
In the House, comes to the Senate. We voted up or down, and frankly, between you and me, I think we have the votes to pass it. That's what the American people want.
And Senator Sanders, President Trump tweeted today that unless Republicans, quote, have a death wish, they should approve the $2,000 payment.
Yo, I didn't see that! Oh my god! What? How did I miss that? That was yesterday afternoon? How the fuck? How did I miss that? Oh my god, that's incredible. Oh my god, unless Republicans have a death wish, and it is also the right thing to do, they must approve the $2,000 payments ASAP. $600 is not enough. Also, get rid of Section 230. Don't let big tech... Again, he doesn't know what Section 230 is. I don't think Trump or anyone in Trump's office has explained to him what Section 230 is, right? This is just something he's grappling on. So I want to be honest, right? I want to be very clear that you know what Section 230 is. Section 230 says that, again, Twitter is not liable if if I start slandering someone on their platform. Like, if I upload my video and then call Bernie Sanders is evil, he beat the shit out of my nephew, right? If I were to say that, technically Bernie Sanders could sue because that is slander, right? Now, Section 230 says that I am the one liable, not the platform I posted on. So again, and it also has nothing to do with big tech. It's across websites. I've got my website, speed.dog, and if you leave a comment on one of the pages on my website, then theoretically, if Section 230 is revoked, I'm then liable for that comment. So do not leave any comments on my website as soon as this Section 230 thing happens, if it does happen. But definitely do not leave comments on my website. But again, this tweet, amazing. Really funny stuff. Let's go.
Quote, have a death wish, they should approve the $2,000 payments ASAP. Although, of course, he's attached these other demands to that. Do you fear that these repeated attacks coming from the president could torpedo his own push that you support?
Well, you know, as somebody who disagrees with Trump on everything, I got to say he's right on the need for this $2,000 check. And I hope the Republican leadership listens to him. And the other issues that are out there, do you think, Jim, that all over America people are saying, my God, we have to repeal Section 230 of the 1996 Telecommunications Act? My God, that is a major national priority.
I love it.
Nobody even knows what that is. And the other thing...
I'm sorry. Yo, again, Bernie motherfucking like, all these fucking Jimmy Dore fanboys coming to my fucking streams and my channel. I hate Bernie. Like, remember when I did that fucking debate with Skeptical Mantis a couple of weeks ago or a month ago? And he's like, Bernie's a sellout. He's so bad. Dude, how can you not like Bernie Sanders? Like, first of all, this guy's going nuts, right? His hands are just fucking wild. Like, they can't be controlled, right? And this guy is like, no one even knows what Section 230 is. You know who's included in no one? Donald Trump, the president of the United States. He doesn't even know what Section 230 is, right? So again, it's a really fucking good move. Just say, who knows? Who cares what the fuck that dumbass bullshit is? Let's get the $2,000, right? It's amazing.
God, we have to repeal Section 230 of the 1996 Telecommunications Act. My God, that is a major national priority. Nobody even knows what that is.
Now, I just want to say the 1996 Telecommunications Act is a giant fucking disaster, and it kind of laid the groundwork for a lot of the problems that we face as far as the internet crisis in this country. The 1996 Telecommunications Act was supposed to give these companies a lot of room for expansion, a lot of room for upgrading their services, you know, getting better cables, getting reach to more rural areas, and they kind of just pocketed most of the cash and then barely upgraded their services. So I just want to say the 96 Telecommunications Act is very problematic. But again, Section 230 is not like the most problematic part of that, right? So like if you want to go on to an in-depth analysis of the 96 Telecommunications Act or the Communications like Decency Act or whatever, like I'm down to go into that, right? But Section 230, it's one of the good parts.
And the other thing about voter fraud, you know, Trump keeps talking about how
we say that. I just voter fraud. Like, motherfucker, this guy just said fraud.
Nobody even knows what that is. And the other thing about voter fraud, you know, Trump keeps talking about how he won the election. Nobody in their right mind believes that. He lost.
I'm sorry. I know, right? Bear with me. I love hyper analyzing the way people speak, right? Especially people with New York accents, right? But like, just listen to the way this guy talks. He's so good and so normal.
Nobody even knows what that is. And the other thing about voter fraud, you know, Trump keeps talking about how he won the election. Nobody in their right mind believes that. He lost the election. We can separate those issues.
I just want to say, Bernie, I love you, but 70% of Republicans happen to think that that's true. So nobody believes that except for 70% of Republicans. Okay, but, you know.
We want to take a look at Section 230. It's an important issue. Yeah, we should. There's a way to do that. Not now. How do we create elections so that everybody can find it more easily, can more easily vote? We do away with voter suppression. There are issues out there. We can discuss it. But right now, the issue on everybody's mind is, how do I survive? How do I feed my kids? How do I not get evicted? So what we have got to do is just demand that McConnell bring forth a clean House bill. The House did it. By the way, they did it in a bipartisan way. I think there were 46 Republicans who voted for it. Bring it to the floor. I can't guarantee that it's going to win in the Senate. We need 60 votes. I think we got a damn good shot to win it. Bring it to the floor for a vote, Mitch. That's what democracy is about. That's what our job is, to vote these things up or down. Let's get that vote.
I love him. Again, I really, I'm sorry, but I know I hate to weave this, like, fucking dumb YouTube drama into things, but, like, could you imagine thinking that Bernie is a net negative for progressive politics in this country? Imagine thinking Bernie is a net negative for a leftist growth in this country. Like, literally, imagine doing that. Like, imagine fucking doing that, dude. Like, imagine, right? You go on YouTube comments and say, Bernie is a CIA op, and he's done such a disservice for the Like, I get these comments every day, and it's like, what? Are you okay? Do you need medical attention? Like, no wonder you're such a vociferous advocate for Medicare for All, because you need some therapy, motherfucker, right? Now, again, is Bernie perfect? Is he God? Hell no. But is he the best we got? Absolutely. And again, I love the New Yorkisms from his speech. It's great. And I love this guy, and God bless. What are you gonna do?